We begin tonight with a reminder that peak fire season is here as crews remain on the scene of two brush fires, one forcing evacuations near Hamul, the other impacting traffic on the commute home for some through the Kearny Mesa area. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Stephanie Simmons in tonight for Marcella. That fire burning in the East County is being called the Beaver Fire, and within the last half hour, we've learned crews have stopped it from spreading any further. It's also 5% contained now. It broke out just after 2:30 this afternoon along Skyline Truck Trail, threatening structures and triggering evacuations in the area. Those evacuation orders are still in place as crews work to get that fire under control.
News 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from Hamul with more on how things are looking out there right now. Alex, when I talked to you at 5, there was a container burning fiercely. Is it still going?
It is still going a little bit, Carlo, but I'll tell you that PIO for CAL FIRE, Oscar Sotelo, told me just past 5:30 this evening that forward progress of the Beaver Fire has stopped. Now, that shipping container that we talked about earlier, they're still doing a surround and drown on it right now. They brought down an additional water tanker down there, and it's still smoking up pretty good, but there are no more flames coming out of it. Also, you can just get the breadth of the incredible size of this fire out here, going all the way from those houses on that hill, making its way to the other side of the hill here. Still some ground crews out there, putting some more water on some hot spots and shoring up all those fire lines. Now, there are some houses in this area, and there are also several farms as well and animals. I actually found a couple people evacuating some of the goats for their neighbors in this area. Take a look.
We're just trying to help all of our friends get their animals out and get them to our house to safety.
We picked up 3 horses, 3 other goats, these goats, and we're gonna go pick up 2 more goats, and there's 2 pigs coming. We're just trying to help out all the neighbors out here that have animals that don't have room because of fire.
And you said there's a house burnt down right here?
Yeah, they're losing their house down there.
Do you know the people that live there?
Yeah.
And how are they feeling right now?
Not great.
Shock,
Yeah, they're definitely in shock. Luckily, they're all okay. We got all their animals. We're just trying to get their animals out and get them doctored up to where they're better. They're burned pretty bad.
That was Josh and Hillary that you just heard from, so good on them for getting those animals to safety. So they did mention that a house is on fire. I talked with Oscar just earlier. He said there are officially no structures that were destroyed, but there is an RV that is just next to that shipping container just there, which has, of course, burned to the ground. The good news here is, Carlo, that the forward progress of this fire has stopped. It's still incredibly smoky and incredibly dry out here right now as well. I'll send it back over to you.
Alex, I will actually take it from here. And I do have a quick question. Are you standing in front of one of the thoroughfares for folks to evacuate there, one of the roads? How's it looking by you?
We are in an area that's cut off. It's just firefighters and the media in this area right now, Stephanie. So I don't know how it's going in those other areas.
Okay. All right. Alex Cheney with the latest on that fire. Thank you. And another fire in Kearny Mesa impacted the drive home for some people this afternoon. The Kearny fire broke out around 250 off Kearny Villa Road, right where the 52 and the 163 come together. It prompted Caltrans to close several connector ramps as crews worked from the ground and in the air to put that fire out.
Flames burned about 4 acres before crews stopped the spread. Right now, it's not clear how it started, but all closures have been lifted. Drivers heading through the area should use caution as crews are still mopping up the scene, and we'll continue to keep an eye on the fires and have the latest updates posted on CBS8.com. And you can also follow us on social media or download the free CBS 8 app.
Right now, San Diego firefighters are among the crews in Washington state working to help contain 3 major wildfires still burning in the Spokane area. Many families who evacuated when the fires broke out earlier this week are returning to destroyed neighborhoods that were once filled with homes.
We sent News 8 photojournalist Julio Vasquez to the area to help our sister station with their coverage. He and Jeremy Hohola joined a few people as they returned to what's left of their homes, hoping to find some glimmer of hope.
After a long day of work, most of us can come back home. But what happens when that disappears? Here on Tiffany Avenue in Northwest Spokane, a lot of families are trying to come back home, and what they see is heartbreaking.
They come hoping to find a little something.
We came looking for her husband's wedding ring.
And they know some things can never be replaced.
I didn't get to get my mom's ashes, and that's probably one of the biggest things I regret. And I'm just going to go through, look for some souvenirs from my brother who passed. My kids had some stuff, and we'll just try to see what we can find.
Less than a week after fires erupted in this northwest Spokane neighborhood, the loss here is hard to convey through photos and videos. This Google Street View image from July of last year captures the nice home here on Tiffany Avenue.
There's a spot close to where you are that I think is right where her dresser was.
And now Nikki Minahan digs in the ashes of her sister's home.
Her dresser.
Right about where the front door used to be.
It's devastating. Complete loss. Sifting through the rubble of memories of what was.
They hope to find a coin collection and maybe that ring.
Really, I would know.
The 3 fires in Spokane have collectively destroyed more than 800 structures, forever impacting the lives of hundreds of people. The fires took not only homes, but family heirlooms, photographs, and for the time being, a sense of place.
This is only the beginning. This is going to be a long road. I don't want people to forget that in a month or in 6 months or in a year, it's not going to be over, and that people are going to need winter clothes and winter gear.
And while there is so much loss that will now be quantified through countless phone calls with insurance adjusters, for many families, they know what the fire didn't take is what is most valuable.
No matter what you have or who you are, don't take anything for granted, and love your family. That's the best thing you can do.
While there is a deep sense of loss in this community, for neighbors we spoke to, they say there really is something beautiful coming out of all of this, and that is the help from strangers. I'm Jeremy Hohola for CBS 8.
Wish them well in their recovery there. We've been through it here.
It's really beautiful to see neighbors coming together in a time like that when they really need it.
Yeah. Meantime, here, lifeguards are warning swimmers rip currents are going to return to San Diego shores, and they've got new help patrolling the beaches.
News 8's Abby Black reports from La Jolla shores with more on a brand new fleet of vehicles helping to keep people safe.
San Diego lifeguards say that they make 9,000 water rescues a year, and they just got a new tool to help them out. Behind me is the brand new fleet that's rolling out to help lifeguards get to emergencies faster. Calmer waters today in La Jolla shores, but it's expected to be short-lived.
The swell has dropped a little bit. We have some more swells coming, but when that wave energy gets increased, our rip currents start pulling a little bit more.
San Diego Fire Rescue Lifeguard Chief James Gartland says that they've had a banner summer.
We've been extremely busy. We've had a 464 rescue weekend.
Gartland says 90% of those rescues were swimmers caught in a rip current.
We spend all day moving people out of rip currents, doing preventative acts.
Marla Fry from Lawson Valley brought her grandkids to the beach before school starts next week.
When I first got here, there was a grandma that was watching her grandson, and she told me last week her 9-year-old grandson got caught in the rip current, and it took him away, and he got rescued. So she said, beware.
From above, lifeguards are keeping an eye out, making public announcements. But like what Marla did, we saw others checking in with lifeguards, which they recommend you do to know where it's safe to swim and swim near a manned tower.
Those rip currents move up and down the beaches. They're very difficult to predict, and they're not constant. They're not always in the same place.
The lifeguards also get an assist from their fleet.
Our equipment and vehicles are our partners.
Hyundai is the new partner for the lifeguard fleet at no cost to the city as part of a 5-year marketing agreement worth $4 million.
And it's just a different type of technology that Hyundai has. Their all-wheel drive technology moves torque around from different tires to make sure that they operate safely through the sand.
From spotting rip currents to new wheels in the sand, lifeguards say the goal is to keep you safe this summer. Lifeguards recommend that you swim close to a lifeguard tower, and if you are caught in a rip current, try not to panic and swim parallel to the shore. That way you can get yourself out of that pull. But if you're still having trouble, please raise your arms and yell for help. Reporting in La Jolla Shores, Abby Black, News 8.
Thanks, Abby. New e-bike rules roll out in San Diego next week. City leaders say parents need to know the law before their kids hit the streets.
News 8's Kelly Hessedall breaks down what's changing.
Law was passed by the city council in June, but city leaders wanted to give the public some time to get acquainted with these new rules and to also make sure that their kids know about these new rules. Now, the biggest change is that you must now be at least 12 years old to ride an e-bike.
It's no secret that e-bike safety has become a growing concern in neighborhoods across our city, with young children doing wheelies on busy streets, and it's demanded our action.
New rules for e-bikes in San Diego will take effect Thursday. All e-bike riders must be at least 12 years old. To ride a Class 3 e-bike, one of the faster ones, you have to be at least 16.
Our goal is safety, education, and protecting our kids. It's not about writing tickets. The popularity of e-bikes has continued to increase over the past few years, and we get it. They're fun. But safety is more important than having fun.
Passengers are not allowed on e-bikes unless the bike has a permanent manufacturer-installed second seat. Kids are also required to wear a helmet. The new law comes at a time when Rady Children's Hospital says it sees a growing number of kids suffering serious traumatic injuries from e-bike crashes.
Last year we had 262 e-bike injuries elevated to the trauma level. There's many, many more that went through our emergency room. And then this year, up until May, we've already had 96.
Lori Lynn is an injury prevention manager at Rady's. She says 87% of patients are boys, usually between the ages of 9 and 13. She says speed is a big issue.
We see a lot of jaws being broken because they hit their faces, and then a lot of TBIs because they're not wearing the right helmet.
She warns social media may also be fueling risky e-bike behavior among kids.
I do think there's a huge social media aspect to this. You do it, you get lots of likes, you get lots of attention, and that's what young people crave. They crave that respect and attention.
Now, tickets won't be handed out right away. Warnings will be issued for the first 60 days. Citations are going to begin October 12th. However, a $25 fine can be waived by the completion of a safety course. Kelly Hessedall, News 8.
Thanks, Kelly. Some students are getting a warm welcome back to campus ahead of their first day of school next week.
We'll show you that coming up. Plus, the city of San Diego is taking legal action against a shop owner they say is selling a substance linked to dozens of local deaths.
And the state of California wants to help you buy an electric car. Details still ahead.
We've been talking about the heat across the county, but it looks like we're looking at an increase when it does come to the heat into the start of the weekend. Also expanding with those heat alerts, monsoonal moisture through Tuesday of next week, but below seasonal and also near seasonal for much of next week. All the details are coming up.